are live on Did You Hear About? Welcome to the pilot show. I'm joined by Earl Baumgartner.
What's up?
Brock Baumgartner's off camera.
Capitan.
And then Travis Hill, and you can probably see on the maybe on the right side of your screen. He's joining us as well. How we doing tonight, guys?
Pretty good.
Here for the B and the S, the bomb squad only.
We should have been filming, trying to get all this set up.
Yeah, it was rough. It was a little bit of user error, and technology is kind of annoying.
Hey, comparatively to every other podcast ever done on hours notice, created and produced, probably the fastest and most efficient ever. So let's give it up.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, disclaimer, we've kind of all discussed
that guy in the
this.
middle's not going to take it. He's not going to take credit for it. We know.
But
We know
he's
the man.
definitely the mastermind. Oh, the dog's
And the
outside.
dog's
Trying to
barking
get
at my
inside.
Teacher. That's young Jamie's Mr. Miyashi.
Mr. Miyagi.
Miyagi, that guy. Both of them. Miyoshi's super important, bro. He wrote the Book of Five Rings, right? That's
I think
like
so.
more
Is that right?
important
Is that who
than
that
even
was?
that
I
movie
didn't see the
guy.
movie.
Let's do it right.
Well, I have.
Hey, I'm talking like I don't know, thousands of years. The Book of Five Rings and another book, the How to Strike. It's like a sword fighting book. Brock, you should know.
He just walked outside
He
to
just
put
went
the
to get the
doggy
dog.
inside. But I'm sure he would know exactly what you're talking
He
about.
missed it. He missed it. Universe.
He would know about that.
He would know exactly about that.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm
He's
pretty
walking
sure we've
back
had
now.
discussions about it. He's
So
walking back in.
I know what y'all have been doing today. What about you, Travis? What you been up to? Work?
Me? Yeah, work, and then just hanging since I got off work. Been working on a little music, just kind of more listening than producing or making or anything like that. So
I didn't really know you got
watched
off
a
work.
little bit.
I
I
thought
caught
you
up on
worked
a
all
little
the
bit of
time.
boxing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
That was one thing we wanted
yeah,
to talk about. The weird thing is the biggest boxing fight happened the other night, and it wasn't a real boxer. Neither of them were real boxers. So that happened. What do you think about that?
Therefore, it wasn't a real boxing match.
That's true.
Wasn't a
I
real
agree with
boxing
that.
match. If there was two on, it's not a boxing match. Now they
The
can have the tough man contest.
The sad thing is there's actually a lot of like great boxers out there that don't get the credit, but you see guys like Jake Paul out there fighting, and they move the needle,
7
definitely
million.
move the needle, but it's like it's kind of a weird thing. Also, I want to go on record by saying, I know I probably didn't say this before the fight, but I think everyone should have probably known that Jake Paul was going to win that fight.
I mean, it was set up like a thing that's set up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and with a guy
It's
like
that simple. It's set
with a guy
up
like
something
Woodley,
that's set up.
he only came in on like what 2 weeks notice, something like that. I think after
I mean,
Tommy Fury
Tyron
pulled
Woodley
out.
is an actor. He has movie credits.
Well, that's the thing. I never thought
You
the
see what
Fury
I'm
fight
saying?
would be a
He's
good
the-
one anyway. If Jake Paul really wanted a fight that like would get a lot of eyes on it, why don't he fight Muhammad Ali's grandson?
Because he would get
destroyed.
he would get put in airplane mode.
He would get exactly. That's exactly what would happen to him.
I mean, what do you mean? And he's and Muhammad Ali's grandson is a 160-pound fighter.
He's sharp
Like
though.
Jake
He was
Paul weighed in at
on.
191 pounds.
He was on the other night after the Heisman presentation, and we watched a little bit. He is sharp. He's really good.
But that wasn't the best
Pull up
performance
the
for him.
knockout.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. I think we could pull up the knockout.
We'll
I'll
see.
tell you what, though.
Which one? The Jake Paul?
Yeah, the Jake Paul. He absolutely slept Tyron Woodley, and I mean,
Oh,
it was a good.
Yeah,
He hit him good.
He hit him with his door. He hit him with his door knocking knuckles. So I don't know.
It was okay
I'm calling
from like the outside
Squad on that
perspective. When you watch it on like ESPN or Sports Center, kind of as like a highlight thing, it looks good. But I heard the fight was
to
lacking.
people that watch Jake Paul YouTube videos.
That's
looks
true.
Great, doesn't it?
That's true.
It's beautiful. It looks like damn Rocky Marciano.
But I know that he's just never
Yeah.
gonna do anything that really like he's competitive. Like there's nothing he's gonna be competitive
Dude.
about. There's no fight that he's
Wait.
gonna take that he might actually lose.
check this. Check this. Let's just keep it 100. I'm gonna just just let it all out there. Let's just call it what it is. He was supposed to fight Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury gave the bid away and said, I let up easy on that last guy because I wanted Jake Paul to think I wasn't good at boxing. I knew that there was a no KO clause in the Woodley fight. He's only signing no KO clause fights. It's purely for entertainment. It's no different than a WWE wrestling match.
That's what it
and
feels
then
like.
he called that out at a press conference. And then 2 days later, he magically has a broken rib.
That's what it feels. It feels like
And he
more
can't
entertainment rather than.
And he
sport.
had the magic. What do you say? The magic blood stopping stuff.
Bro,
I saw that. I saw
that's
some
that's
pictures
during
of him
the fight.
bleeding.
That's during the fight.
Well, I saw some pictures of him
Paul?
bleeding during the fight, and then right afterwards, he was
Well-
not even like messed up.
They literally made a joke of it, and were like, it was literally made a mockery of, and it was like that was the thing. It's like this is full-time Disney movie, but like check this out. So Tyron Woodley hits him with an elbow, which looks definitely intentional as well.
Yeah,
See, I'm not fake on both sides of it. I'm fake on I'm not fake on one side of it. I'm being honest on both sides of it. So it's like I'm not being Woodley biased. I'm saying that elbow. Tyron Woodley is a world champion at landing elbows on your head.
Oh, no
That's
doubt.
what he does for a living.
Yeah,
He
used
was
to.
the best in the world at doing it for a living. He was the most unstoppable person in the world at doing it. So to think that he can't do it to some dude that was on the Disney Channel 6 years ago is kind of weird to me.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, I'm just saying.
And
like,
we've gotten to the point where
It's
Jake
just-
Paul he's like mid-level, like amateur. Like he's gotten into
Dude.
shape. He can hit some okay shots, but he shouldn't be knocking out guys, and he wouldn't
so
knock
can
out a
you, and so
legitimate
can the man
amateur.
next to you.
Yeah, exactly. But he there's no way if you put him against, like they were talking about him fighting Canelo. That's insane. That is absurd to me.
Dude, Canelo
That's
is
ridiculous.
a demon.
Here's Let me see. if we
think
can-
we
Canelo
have
is
the
a
knockout.
bad.
Here it
Yeah,
is.
let's do it. I don't even. Yeah, it's
Maybe
great,
we'll,
shot.
we'll see if it comes up.
Turn your
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, turn your
phone
phone
Tyron
straight
Woodley.
there it is.
Yeah.
Turn your phone straight up.
Like yeah.
Technical.
me?
There we go.
Oh no, that was great. I saw it.
Do it the
perfectly.
other. Yeah, go back
I'll
the
do it
other
the
way.
other way. Yeah, that's fine.
It kind of worked out pretty good. But
Oh,
I
he
mean,
went face
but you
down.
see,
No,
look
it
at how
was-
Woodley
does
drops
it,
his
Does it not
hands.
look just like Askren? Yeah, okay.
It was
but
the
let's
exact.
just-
It
let's
did
just
look
do
the
this.
exact same thing as Askren. He flatlined
Yeah,
him a little
I mean-
more, and he hit him hard.
Was-
I don't think it was a fake hit. I think
No
Woodley
doubt.
definitely
No doubt.
bought it.
He-
Like he was not gonna not
He
get hit by
definitely
it.
cracked that ass. No, he cracked that ass. Don't get it twisted. But the point of the point of the fight was to crack that ass. Like that
Yeah,
was.
that's all that was.
You're gonna go out here and get this whooping. You know when you're in trouble at home, when you done something, and then
But
told
you
your
see-
mom and daddy about it, and you know you're gonna get whooped when you get home. You're gonna get that ass cracked. He knows he's gonna get that ass cracked when he walked out the
Well,
backstage
and like in the
for
first
a
one,
big old fat check.
and in the first one too, whenever Woodley hit him and he kind of stumbled on him a little bit, Jake Paul was literally he was in a lot of trouble. He was legitimately in trouble. But then you saw Woodley back off. You know he was never going to finish that fight. It just wasn't going to happen.
For people who don't know anything like me about any of this,
turn your headset up. You're a little bit low in mine.
so for people who don't know anything about but he's making money at maybe he's getting beat at boxing, but he's making money at boxing some way.
Oh, he's making Tyron Woodley probably made more in that one fight than he probably would more than a year in the UFC, especially now that he's on his decline.
Even if you're getting beat,
that's the thing, and I have no
Dude,
problem with
he
Woodley
made more
doing
in
it.
these two fights.
paycheck.
I have no problem with Woodley
made more in
taking
these two
either of
fights
those fights. But the
than he
problem
did
is
in his
he's
whole UFC career put together.
oh no doubt, yeah, undoubtedly. But the problem is Woodley is like on his decline now in his career, and like more people know Tyron Woodley is because of Jake Paul, and he's made more money because of Jake Paul than he would in the UFC in his declining years. And yeah, he's a UFC champion, but he was never he was a wrestler. He's a wrestler. That's mainly what he does. And the same with Ben Askren. You ask anybody for a time, Ben Askren was the best wrestler outside of the UFC, and I agree with that. But even when Askren signed with the UFC, he was already past his prime to a point. He struggled against Robbie Lawler, and then he got that knee from Jorge Masvidal, and then that was it. His career was over. He also made more money and has more people know about him because of Jake Paul.
No doubt, dude. I mean, the whole Woodley thing is perfect. I mean, it's the perfect storm. Now, don't get it twisted. Like, Jake Paul is a genius, and he is great for boxing. He's great for the sport that I love. He is a genius, like marketing. Obviously, if you can get hundreds of millions of people to watch you do the most basic stuff on Instagram and make them laugh, and then get on Disney and then just be a super. I hear he's a nice kid, and I think that dude would be a normal dude just like anybody else. He's just
I think
somebody
it's all a
that was
front.
like
His
given
whole
this thing.
persona is a
Yeah,
complete front.
yeah. It's an act. It's a
It's
character.
literally like
It's
wrestling.
it's exactly like wrestling, except for he's just really learning how to throw his hands. And everybody in this conversation, including young Jamie, but better back there with the knot on Sky, knows that you can look really good on pads, and you can look really good on video, and you can look really good on the bag. And when you step in there, you can look like you never ever put on a pair of gloves.
It's totally different. And like with his brother, with Logan, when he fought Floyd Mayweather, at least he's stepping in there with a name that everybody knows in the world of boxing. It's a different story.
Right,
And
but,
Logan is
boxing.
not as much into that realm, or he doesn't get his name on like SportsCenter or ESPN or on the UFC. But at least he like set himself up with a legitimate boxer. Even though Floyd's kind of past his prime and he never probably would have knocked Logan out, but at least he stepped in there with a legitimate boxer.
Speaking
No,
of
he
that,
definitely
tell
did.
y'all. You explain this to me. Was it Mahomes' brother, Patrick? Because Bradley was trying to explain that to me last night, and there's something with Patrick Mahomes' brother that he's out.
I'm just going to say that Patrick Mahomes' brother is the cringiest human being alive. I would so much rather be best friends with Jake Paul rather than Patrick
You got
Mahomes.
anything with it?
Yeah, that guy
He
gives
did.
me
What was the
anxiety.
thing that he did? Something with a restaurant. He wrote like a review or something about a restaurant, and then they roasted him back.
Well, he didn't get seated
Oh,
because
yeah.
of.
Oh,
who he
that's what it was. Yeah. And they
dude,
said like the
and
service was
honestly,
slow.
And dude, check this out. They probably knew it was his brother. Maybe they did. Maybe he was out of town.
Oh, for sure.
He was probably such a bad customer, just naturally as a human being, that they wrote a bad review on his ass, not knowing even
Exactly.
who he was.
I
That's
guarantee you they
how
knew who he was because he
lame
probably
his
told
ass
everybody who he was.
Right.
I think they
Right.
deleted the review. The restaurant did. I don't know if Patrick did, but
They
you
had
know
to.
that
They
he
had
came
to.
in there with a crew that was loud and obnoxious and wanted to get exactly what they wanted when they wanted it, all that kind of garbage, and then they were going to write a bad review anyway.
Dude, and he is General Sherman of that crew, brother. Let's just call it what it is.
He is
that guy
so
he's
cringy.
a nasty
He is
fella.
so
He's a
cringy.
nasty. Yeah,
I wouldn't even know him
tough
if he
guy
walked
to
in the
deal
room,
with.
but I just
Nobody would know him in
Straight
the
up.
room
And-
unless he
and-
told
and-
you
and-
exactly
and
who he
I-
was.
And if he did, I would act like I wouldn't know him.
He doesn't get no respect from anybody. He shouldn't. He shouldn't get any respect from anybody. He hasn't done anything.
so I'll
I
So
want
here's the
to
thing,
leave one
but
note
grab
on
it for himself.
the Paul and Woodley fight. Both fighters got paid, or got a guaranteed $2 million before the pay-per-view. So that plus
Yes.
pay-per-view buys. I don't know how they did.
Ooh.
I'm sure these buys
They-
were probably
they-
more than
Hey.
previous fights.
Oh yeah,
And
I'm
they
sure. I
got
think
my 60.
yeah,
they got
yeah. They
my
called
60.
60, and I don't know how many they sold, but they got 2 million
But
plus
check this.
buys.
It being 60 is interesting because I just watched Javante Davis fight Isaac Cruz. Who? Isaac Cruz get his hand broken, go 12 rounds, and I paid $75 and was asleep before the co-main event.
How much was the Paul
Now
pay-per-view?
something ain't right.
How much was that pay-per-view?
60.
Was it
It
60
was
bucks?
it was 60, so it was more affordable. It was more entertainment. He paid. He split. He took 2.5 million because he's got so many more million than everybody. All these other promoters
for
acting like they got
sure.
millions. He really got that. He's really. How old is this guy? 24, 25, 26,
Yeah, like 24,
whatever.
25.
He's
But
a
he's
child.
made more
He's
than
a child.
He's a kid. He's made more than most people.
He's a baby.
In like the UFC. I don't know how much. Like aside from like the Conor
it-
McGregor's. If you're
That's it. That's it. That's it.
that's literally the only person who's probably made more money than him in combat sports, aside from like a Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao.
In combat sports.
That's
did-
it.
This.
Speaking
And
of
in life-
Conor McGregor,
in life-
was that a real picture of him?
Oh, the picture on Instagram.
Did you
Yeah,
see
did you see this? Yeah, that does not look like him. Not at all.
Dude, that boy is on. That boy is on that Mexican hot salsa.
Dude, he is wilding out. He was like walking like a week after his leg break. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
he's on something.
And
He's on the
Peyton-
Anderson
and
Silva
Peyton Manning.
recovery program.
He on that Peyton Manning, dog.
We're gonna see what
He is on that.
Yeah,
All
see if
right.
you can pull up the
Manning.
picture.
our
But-
lovely assistant Brock's gonna see if he can pull it
But
up.
while we're on the
There
subject,
we go.
I wonder
There it
how
is.
much, like,
He
take
looks
someone
like-
like
he looks
just
like the
under
mountain.
Conor McGregor. If you look at someone like
There it is.
a Khabib Nurmagomedov,
Hey.
yeah, there's the picture,
Yeah, how much weight? Did he put his weight?
dude. He's huge.
I heard of 190 something.
Like if I saw him walking around, which we have one time,
190?
I wouldn't recognize him.
You got to
I'm,
throw
al-
that.
I,
and-
I'm always gonna put that in there. Yeah, I met Conor McGregor.
But-
I'm never gonna not mention that.
Hey, I am the biggest Conor McGregor supporter ever. Please don't come at me. I am biased.
Until he punches the old people at
Take
bars.
steroids, Connor. Take steroids, Connor. Knock everybody out. Get back to it. Make me
I
feel
mean,
good.
the
Make
UFC
me
won't.
feel good,
They
please.
won't
I
like
need you back.
sanction
I
him.
need you back.
It's like the Brock Lesnar thing. Brock Lesnar tested
No, they
positive,
will though.
but they
definitely
didn't.
will though.
Oh, they'll test him, but they're not gonna like. He's not gonna have the repercussions of like a Nick or Nate Diaz.
They'll give him the John Jones treatment. They'll transfer venues to.
They give them boys nothing for nothing.
What's John Jones up to? I don't even know. He got that one thing
He's
that they
hanging
talked
out.
about.
Who's John Jones?
Oh,
Good question.
Yes. Well, this can be a really long podcast. Okay, if you really want to get interested,
We
in
might
human
have to do a John
psychology.
Jones special.
If you want to know human psychology, please let's look up John Jones because there'll be a big story about that.
I'll give you the highlights. He has tested.
He's the best fighter of all time.
He is the best. He is the best pound for pound fighter of all time. But he's
Youngest,
also tested
champion of the
positive
UFC.
like 3 times.
Youngest UFC champion.
Youngest
Uh,
UFC.
lightning-
He's never been
but
stopped.
for everything.
And literally, he's
He'll
the best
drive
in
his Bentley
every
into a
category.
telephone pole.
He's kind of like the Tiger Woods, a great competitor, but deeply flawed. Deeply
But
flawed.
the best, untouchable.
Well, I guess
feared,
Tiger
angry.
didn't hit a pregnant woman and then leave her in a hit and run. He did that.
He didn't know she was. But to say that he didn't know she was.
That's
pregnant
true.
when he
That's
hit her.
true. He didn't know she was
Okay,
pregnant.
let's just
But
go-
at the same
no,
time,
but
he had a
didn't
hit
check
and
on her,
run.
so he's a dick.
And
No,
then
he's
he
a
like
dick.
just
Not for
left.
the hit
He
and run.
came
Yeah, I
back,
get it.
got
Yeah, I
like
get
a
it.
money
Yeah.
or something,
he's a
and then
total
left
asshole.
again.
Hey.
Speaking of Tiger Woods, he actually
money,
played this
he came back and
weekend.
got his dude. He came back and got a pipe, bro.
That's
Old
what
buddy
he
is
came back
smoking
for. Whatever
Well, like-
evidence.
the Tweety Bird.
His
Buddy's
son is
smoking
better
the
than
Tweety
him or
Bird and
something.
whooping ass.
Like-
Oh, are we talking about Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
Yeah, his son is a legitimate
Oh, yeah.
player. They just did you watch any of the what is it, the PNC championship or whatever?
Well, I've only seen the Go to breakdowns.
I'm gonna put a spoiler out there. Is
Goda.
That's all I needed,
Go to-
though. That's all I needed.
that kid? I watched like championship Sunday from like hole 10 to like 18. Dude, he is ridiculous. It's insane.
fire off?
The shots that he can hit
Is he as good
nuts.
as he's supposed to be?
Oh, he is just as good. The only thing he doesn't have is like the long game because he's like 12 and like 4 foot tall. If he gets to be like 5'8" or 5'10", he will destroy everybody.
And here we
How
go.
tall is Tiger?
He is probably like average height, maybe like 5'9", 5'10". He's
He
not
seems like a
huge.
pretty big guy.
Let me see.
Pull that up, Jamie.
Well, we got Jamie.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's fact check. I want to
And-
know.
and-
Let's get guesses. 5'11".
I'm gonna say he's 5'10".
I would say 5'10".
What you got?
Travis, what do you think?
I said 5'11".
6'1".
Wow, he's 6 foot tall.
come
I
on,
never
man.
would
Big
have
boy.
guessed
That's a big boy.
that.
Hey, my dad told me, this is like 12, 13 years ago. He said that Tiger benched 325 on him.
I'd believe it.
Pull up 325,
I believe
315
it.
on you when he was working out like a Marine.
Well, and
But
that's the
why
thing.
so
He's a
hurt now.
ridiculous athlete. Like on like a whole, he's insane. Because, like when you think about it, when you're talking about like greatest of all times, like think about the people that we have watched like in this generation that are legitimately the best of all time. Like you've got Michael Jordan. I know people will say LeBron, but I think MJ is a better player. You got Tiger Woods.
even
You got
he's
Messi
like,
and Ronaldo.
Yes,
You
Lionel
got
Messi.
You got Conor McGregor. Like, all these guys move the needle an insane amount. But at the same time, they've also had more, like, eyes on them just because of, like, modern-day cameras and sports and all this kind of stuff.
Speaking of greats,
Yeah, no
Tom
doubt.
Brady had a good night the other night.
I forgot to mention Tom. I do think he's the greatest quarterback of
I
all
like
time,
that,
just putting
Thomas.
that out there. But they
Yeah.
got shut up for what? The first time in, like, 22, 25 years? However long Tom Brady's been playing.
I mean, that's life, Tom. Welcome to reality. Hey, welcome to Earth, Tom.
See, I wanted
Welcome to
the
Earth, Tom.
Patriots to win the Super Bowl this year, so the Brady-Belichick debate will continue to live on. Because you thought it was over when Tom won the Super Bowl for the Tampa Bay.
We did.
And I still think it's
we
mostly
did. And
Brady.
then he drafted Mac Jones, and we were like, damn it, he did it again.
Hey, I think Mac Jones is
he
a
drafted
great
Mac
pick.
Jones, and we were like,
Mac Jones.
that's what I'm saying. He drafted Mac Jones, and everybody was like, well, he got a guy that is a guy that he's going to like, and we obviously know they can win the game.
I'm going to admit,
sounds like he's going to win a lot of games.
I'll admit this the whole time I've been watching football right here as it's been going
Yes, he's
on.
watching.
The Bears and the Vikings are playing right now. But at the same time, I think
is that how's that going? That can go
it's
so many
pretty
ways.
boring. Justin Fields fumbled.
Yeah.
The Vikings should have had an interception. But the Bears are losing 10-0. Or yeah.
The smooth
Hey, dude,
transition
let me
to
just tell y'all
football.
another.
Speaking of quarterbacks, how do you feel about your best friend Bo Nix going to Oregon?
Who? No, hey. You know how like there's family. Hold on, I'm trying to get in the camera here. I'm tripping. What is going on?
It's back.
I'm just gonna put this out there right now.
Okay, check this out there. No, okay, you do what you do.
I'm just gonna say he is like at Auburn. They kind of kept going back to him because I feel like they had to because his dad played there. But he's not gonna get the leeway he did at Oregon.
Or is he?
He might. Who is their quarterback
what if
right
he's
now?
like super charismatic?
He
bro?
might be.
What if he's like What if he's just like got like this? What if he's just like a poker player out there with them dudes? Like, what if he is just talking mad game?
He's
and,
not gonna
like,
have to
at
deal
practice,
with.
He's
not gonna have to deal with the big guys like he does in the SEC. But all those guys out there are lightning. They are gonna be so fast. Like the SEC lacks
cool
in
with that.
speed in the
He's lightning,
secondary.
bro.
That's the thing. He is quick, but he's gonna have to deal with the quickness of the secondary.
But he's gonna have. But the receivers are faster, and he overthrows everybody.
That's a fact. That's a big fact.
I mean, come on.
He went in the
I'm
transfer
spitting bars
portal
right now.
and he made it out.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he made it out.
He made it out to the elite. He made it out. He made it up.
That's the funny thing, though. He did.
What do they call
it?
Did not make a
where can he go?
Did not do a Dan Mullen.
What do they call that? They call that failing upwards.
Oregon, dude.
Hey, well, does anybody know how the transfer portal actually works?
It's so confusing. I tried to read up on it the other day, but so Bama picked up one of the DBs from LSU, right? I don't know because Bama lost Josh Jobe because of a foot injury. He had surgery, so I don't know if the guy they picked up is eligible to play like against Cincinnati or I don't know. I don't know how it works. It might work like that, but
Hey,
I
we should-
legitimately do not know.
Let's start trading players
for them,
every
for
game.
Them, yes. Hey, let's just start.
Yes,
hey,
exactly.
for Alabama,
If we're going to trade, let's
Alabama,
trade every game.
yes.
Eli Ricks
Yeah,
is the
let's
guy's
just
name
get
who
Tank
transferred
Eli
to
Ricks,
Davis for
Alabama.
a couple of y'all's like linemen every now and then. Like when
But-
Tank Davis is playing when we're playing Georgia State, y'all can have them. But let's get those offensive linemen that week. Can
But
we do
here,
that?
think about this.
Is
So
that
you
what we're talking about?
what if
No,
you
no,
have
no interstate.
no interstate? But what if
Can't
you
ride.
have
I can't ride on the interstate.
you
bro?
get 5 transfer or 5
Credits.
we'll say transfer games a year, and you have to play them strategically. So like if you're Alabama or you're
This is
Auburn
stressing me
and you
out.
want a team in the SEC to lose, you
Man,
loan
I'm
some of your
not
best
hearing about
players
that.
out to
I'm
that
not-
other
no,
team that's playing against
We're
them.
not doing those European soccer bull s. Hey, we not doing
The
none of that.
XFL goes college.
Yes, it's like the
No,
XFL.
Bro,
But I mean-
no.
But the transfer,
the
transfer puddle is just seems like it's a mess.
We did talk
the
about this the
transfer
other day.
puddle is the perfect name. That's
Puddle.
the perfect
It's
name.
a
We
transfer
did talk
puddle.
about this the other day,
Tadpole puddle.
and I'm
It's
curious
a
to see what
puddle full of
you think about this,
tadpole
Travis. Okay, so you've got a guy. So you're out of high school. You make a lot of money with NIL now. So you go to a school.
Milo's
and
tea.
Milo's this podcast is sponsored by Milo's tea.
Hey, pull
I
up.
wish.
Now y'all gonna get that boy paid now. He
Um,
already getting you know he signed some guaranteed. He got it like that, man.
He got it quick, and I'm sure he'll get some more in Oregon.
yeah,
But
he better
oh, well, plus he
better
gets
got
plus
it
like
all
Oregon, they get all the
He
Nike stuff anyway. So there's
quick. Oh
that.
my God, that boy went from Under Armour to Nike. He didn't finesse the whole game. He
He's
said, I'm
failing
not going
upwards.
To the NFL,
He's failing
duh.
upwards.
Y'all
Incredible.
the only people think. Y'all the only people that think I'm going to the NFL. I know my sorry ass ain't going to the NFL. I'm about to get all this money right now.
He's got to stay in college for as long as possible and make as much
Oh, man.
money in college as possible.
Yeah.
But okay, so here's
6 years
this.
Senior.
So we've got the transfer portal now, and you got a bunch of kids making money now. But you got kids going into colleges, and then they transfer out. Like they're in the transfer portal in 6 months. Okay, that's fine. The problem is whenever you move somewhere and expect to have a
It's
starting
not fun.
job right then. Because the thing I get about people
They-
moving, because whenever you get like recruited by college, I never did, but
You think you're gonna
if a
start
guy
day
comes
one
in,
anyway.
but if a guy comes in to like recruit you and he's telling you all this, we have these protocols and we have this as a weight room and sports science and you'll get playing time, and then you don't get any of that when you get there. Okay, that's fine. They got you
No.
there. But
That's
now you don't have a
every
chance to move.
single
That's
one.
every place. Exactly. So the problem is when a kid goes there and then they find all the
Get your
empty
feelings
promises,
hurt, 'cause you're a
they
kid.
want to leave. And that's fine. If they want to leave after year one because nothing got delivered on, or coaches change. Like we've seen, a lot of
All the
coaching
time.
changes all the time.
Because they're able to leave. They're able to up and leave in the middle of the night. So why are the players not?
Exactly.
And
Why are
that's
the players
only
locked into
question.
it?
That's my only question: is why are the able to leave in the middle of the night? Literally, that's what Lane Kiffin did.
He did. That was
Am I
one thing
off
we
on that?
talked
Can
about.
we fact check that?
He
Young-
did. He left pretty
Young
quickly.
Rockster.
He's on it
He's
now.
over there.
So we had talked about
man.
this, and we had stolen it from another podcast. Shout out to Late Kick with Josh Pate. But they were talking about revamping a
Shout
lot
out,
of the
G.
like the off season, the transfer portal, all that crap. And we had talked about so you get a deadline day as far as like transfer portal. So if end of season comes up, January or
So a trade
say you're-
deadline.
a trade deadline. Yeah, exactly. You get a window. You get as soon as the national championship ends, a month from that. So that'd be like what, 6th of February, somewhere around there. That's the days you get a
Okay.
transfer. You can have stuff set up with
That's
teams
recruiting.
before that.
That's recruiting.
That's
the
recruiting. It's
time,
exactly
right?
what it
That's
is.
Signing period, right?
It is. We just had early signing day too, and Florida is down
Yeah.
really bad. We won't talk about that.
Well, Auburn is up.
Oh, they're as good as they can look right now. Same with Texas A&M.
brother.
But
Auburn.
if you're up
Tigers.
and
Or
the team sucks next year, they're just going to transfer out.
That's the problem.
There's no loyalty.
or they're gonna fire the coach.
Or the coach will get a better job and leave. The thing is, like with old dude Lincoln Riley from USC, or went from Oklahoma to USC, and now you got guys following him, and I think that's not a bad idea. Like that's totally fine.
That's always happened.
That's and yeah, it's a good idea.
Joey Gatewood went down to UCF with Gus Malzahn, and his ass threw 3 passes this year. He
Yeah,
was
it
third
was
string.
not great.
Well,
Does Gus still
they
have a
don't-
job?
Hey, at the end of he won more games than Brian Harsin did.
That's the truth.
Also, I have the story on
Right.
Lane Kiffin.
I'm not
Says
Gus
that
busting
the
either.
press conference was called around 10 p.m. at night. That was when he called his press conference to announce his departure.
Who is this?
Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin.
When he left Tennessee.
Yeah, that's an early night for him.
That's true. His recruiting stuff is the best.
He was
I love it.
just
That boy
getting
was
started
just-
on the weekend.
That boy,
He was just getting started.
that boy was gonna jump on the jet like Future and just be out of there. Where did he go? Where did he leave Tennessee for?
He went to
It says
USC?
Southern California. It was in
Oh
2010.
my lord!
Yeah, okay, yeah,
boy
that was-
went to
oh, yeah,
LA
that's right.
he left at 10 on. He left. The press conference was at 10. That boy was out of there by 10:22. He
already
said
had that
hi and
jet
bye.
loaded.
That boy
So
was
who-
that boy jumped on the jet to LA and was in LA at 8 and was good to go for the rest of the night. Like,
Who is the player that is in a New Year's Six game that's not going to play? that
Oh
opted
yeah,
out?
okay.
I mean, what's
If we get onto this topic, I will not get off of it. But if we talked about
unless we talk about
opt-outs-
golf?
unless we talk about golf. But if we start talking about
or
opt-outs,
Lane Kiffin.
I am going to be. I'm gonna.
Bring your
it's gonna be
popcorn, shawty.
awful. So with opt-outs, Kenny Pickett is the guy you're thinking of. He plays for Pittsburgh, quarterback, Heisman. Was he a Heisman finalist? Might have been. I don't care. I don't care about the guy anyway.
Pittsburgh.
Yes. He did the fake slide, which I've also
What
got an opinion on that anyway.
Oh, is that who's doing
Yeah.
it?
Yes. He plays with
I
he's a
love
quarterback
that
who plays
guy,
with 2
by the
gloves. It annoys the heck out of me. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, that'd be me. That'd be me because he's just Michael Jackson fresh to death. Like, did he just like Michael? Well, Michael Jackson. Michael just had
He only had one
right?
glove. Michael Jackson only had one glove. This guy
Okay.
played quarterback with
All
2
right,
gloves.
Kenny, I got to check you. I gotta
So,
check you, Kenny. You tripping.
Yeah, so he came out saying that he was going to opt out because he's a first-round draft pick. Here's my problem. We talk about loyalty with the transfer portal, and maybe a team gives up on you or say you're not going to get the playing time you got promised early on. Here's the problem. Whenever you're a Kenny Pickett and you get picked up by an FCS team in Pittsburgh, and they rely on you, they trust you for 4 years.
Oh,
Exactly.
Yes,
Nobody.
yes.
Okay. Some people knew. People who like
stop
deeply
playing.
are into
They're
college
going
football.
to the ACC championship, are they not?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. They are. I lied. They're not an FCS team, but they feel like an
Okay.
FCS team. But the problem
Hey, bro,
is
I just,
when you
I
get.
got a Georgia Tech flag. Hey, bro, I done seen some weird things.
Hey, Georgia Tech had a good couple of years. We all know that they're Power 5.
Yeah,
I
but
forget that
in
there's
them good couple
I
years,
forgot that
they
there's any other team in the ACC aside from Clemson. But the problem is
No,
when
that's
you
not
get
true.
guys
They're
like
terrible,
that,
bro.
and you've got a team that
There you
that they
go.
relied on you. Oh yeah, there's the Michael Jackson glove. That's it right there. The problem is
he need to put that. Oh.
he does. He needs to wear 2 of them. The problem is whenever you get guys
hey, put two
like
of 'em on,
that.
you might be.
There it is.
You got it.
Well, the
Hey.
Oh, the
that boy's
picture?
gonna
Yeah.
roll. Hey, and that,
There's the
hey,
Kenny
y'all
Pickett
heard
right
him after
there.
the interview
Just to
when he was
clarify,
like, I'm gonna go
Pickett
get
came
me a-
in
Hey.
third during the Heisman.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Man,
He came
Pickett is
behind
cold,
Bryce,
and Pickett
obviously,
was
and
my
Aiden
Heisman.
Hutchinson.
Pickett
Hey, well,
was
he's
my
a
Heisman
great
since he said
player.
He was going to go throw back a cold ones after they beat somebody, Clemson's ass
And
or something.
I like
whoever
watching
they
him
beat.
play. The biggest problem is though, whenever you get a guy like that, and you take your team to a New Year's Six bowl. Nobody cares about Pittsburgh until you're in a New Year's Six bowl, and then you decide not to play in the biggest game in your program's history in the past at least decade. That
he's
makes
not
me
playing.
so angry. You have a team that has relied on you. They built you up to be a first-round draft pick. You get all your
He built
NIL
them up.
money.
but What if they win?
He-
What if they get in
Oh, if
there,
they win without
then
him,
all of a
I would
sudden-
love it. I would
Even
love it.
even better.
I would
love y'all's
love
purest
that.
mind. Just trust me, I'm not hating on what y'all saying. If you ain't playing, you're a whatever I think of you. Play football, but hey, if you want to get your money, you a boss. So like,
Well,
it
and
is
that's
what
fine.
it is. Like to
But
me, like he gonna
where
get
do you
because he's
draw
gonna
the
get his
line?
money, and he's that boy playing business. He been playing business the whole time. He's
And
Conor McGregor anyway.
I think,
Conor McGregor, always said duck the best fighters, but
and he
he
did.
ended up getting all the bag. And
Except for when he fought Khabib.
considered
That's
one
when
of
he
the
fought an
best.
actual elite,
And he
that's
can
when he
play,
lost.
brother.
Exactly. But the problem I have
Your
with
boy
this,
can play.
especially nowadays, because the thing with college football is we're trying to get rid of opt-outs and we're trying to take some of the elite teams and level the playing field. There's a way to level the playing field, which we don't have to get
Are
into
we?
tonight. Yes, 100%. That's why people.
As in Alabama one level and everybody else under. Is that what I mean? Level as in leveled off, as in we chop the head off
I
everybody
think
else.
they realize that they can't chop the head off the snake, and they're trying to get like
That's
cannon
what's
fodder
happening.
in there to try and do that. That's why they're talking about like a
man.
12-team playoff, and it's awful. But the
Hey,
problem is,
No, I don't like. I don't. Y'all know. I don't like no 12. I don't like whatever. We can go back to BCS. You just got to show up when it's time
Five
to show up.
teams.
see, we talked about this.
Five.
We talked about
we
a
talked about
6-team
with the
playoff.
bye.
A
One and
6-team
two.
playoff.
One
One
and
and two get a
Kick
bye.
hell.
Exactly. That's fine. Like we're at the playoff point where the playoffs are never going away.
Round
We're not
robin.
going back to the BCS, but I would
No,
love
I
it if we
don't want
would. But the playoffs are here to stay, and I think having 4 teams in there is a little rough. Although the expansionists had their kind of got their points kind of downgraded because they always said a team that's not in the Power 5 will never make it, but Cincinnati is there. And if they go beat Alabama, then we shouldn't have a playoff expansion.
Well,
Do we think they'll beat Alabama, though?
I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't
Mr.
think that they're going to
Factoid.
beat Alabama. I think
Thank
Bama will
you.
spank
Y'all
them by
don't be on
20
here.
plus.
There should be disclaimers here.
No, Benjamin.
There should be
give
some
us the real
disclaimers.
thing.
Alabama fans, raise your hands. Auburn fans, raise your hand.
He can do that
So-
now because they don't have Bo Nix anymore.
But that should be one of our
Hey.
disclaimers. But, you know.
Oh, we're biased.
Hey, I am a War Eagle fan. Hey, but let's just call it what it is. Alabama is going to be. I'm taking Alabama by 725 points. Anyway, I don't. Yeah, that's just stupid talk. Why do you think that happened?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
don't
just
think
weird,
there's no
guys.
chance that Cincinnati goes out and beats Bama unless they have like some
Hey,
serious
but let
injury
them pull
problem.
up.
I don't think they will.
Let Alabama really suck though. But let
Well, see,
Alabama really
here's the
be
thing.
who we
Like
who
when
they have been.
Bama played
If-
Notre Dame last year in the playoffs, I remember someone saying like Bama didn't look as dominant, or they didn't put up as many points as they did in the regular season. But the point is, in the regular season, you have to kind of meet the eye test. You have to go out and dominate teams. But if Bama they're already in the playoffs when they play Notre Dame. If they can coast through that game and still win by 14 or 21, it doesn't matter at that point because they made it to the national championship. They no longer have to fit
Did
the
they
eye
win the
test.
national championship that year?
Yeah, last year.
Let's see what.
Oh, there he is back. Pull him back up.
Hey.
There we go. You're back now.
Yeah.
We were talking.
what
We were about to go
happened
into strength of schedule.
Oh, damn! I must be far behind because I was nowhere there.
So
Yeah, we got a whole
we got
conversation.
You got it pulled
in.
up.
Not yet. I'm still looking.
But what were we talking about just before that?
Well, I was talking about.
He said Alabama was going to
Planet-
win.
That's right.
Planet, yeah, Trevio was saying that Alabama's going to win by 725 points. But so the thing is, Alabama was playing Notre Dame. Was where I left off. I had forgot that. I can't keep up with who they play off in the playoff. That's like
I mean,
keeping up
Notre
with who they
Dame
play in the
somehow
regular season
sneak
every
into
year.
the playoff
They
every
haven't missed
season.
the playoff. And Alabama hasn't missed the playoff since there's been a playoff.
They missed one. When
2020.
Tua got
Oh,
when
no, they
Tua
didn't.
got hurt. I remember because Auburn, when Tua got hurt and Mac had to take over, they played Michigan in some like VRBO Bowl or something like that.
Wait, Tua?
No, Tua got hurt and Mac played against Auburn and threw those 2 picks.
Yeah, that was the year Tua broke
Y'all
his hip.
went to the playoff, brother.
No, we didn't. I'm about to pull it up. Hold on.
Y'all
I got
missed the
it.
playoff.
Pull it up. We
I
missed it
didn't know
one
that.
time.
I didn't know that. I'm speaking from a place of ignorance, brother. I'm sorry, but I'm saying I thought every playoff y'all that has ever been played, y'all been in.
Missed. It was like what 2 years ago. It was the year Tua broke his hip.
Really?
It was the year LSU and Clemson played. and
Yeah,
LSU
it was the
won
year LSU
with Joe
won it.
Burrow.
Because LSU beat Ohio State in the semis.
Yes.
So, Alabama
Clemson beat
power rankings.
Clemson beat. Who did they beat? I don't remember.
somebody. Sorry, I don't.
Was it?
know.
I don't think Georgia made it that year.
Alabama
Yeah,
was
my
eighth.
first thought was Georgia, but
Alabama 8th strength of schedule.
So Alabama was number
Hey,
8.
who-
What's
when-
Cincinnati?
Auburn
When?
7th.
Auburn's a 7. Yeah, they had a tough season
oh,
this year.
when?
Wait, when what?
This year.
When was this? This is when. But that wasn't the whole season.
No. Well, no. Wait,
That's just
this year?
that's just like end of the season.
Is that end of season or beginning of the season? That's a good question. I don't know.
They're weird. That whole thing
No,
is
this
weird
is
to me.
This is December 5th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's after the fact that we suck.
Yeah. So, well, and that's the thing. Like when you look at strength of schedule,
but,
like if I look at the season at the beginning of the year, you look at games like Arkansas and LSU, like those are kind of easy games. But Arkansas had a decent season. They didn't end very well. But
LSU's an easy game
no,
at the beginning of the season?
not anymore. I wouldn't say that now, especially after Coach O left. They really had nothing
No.
left to lose. So I mean, I think they just went for it.
No, I'm saying before the season,
They beat Oklahoma.
28-63. Was that when they had Jalen? Was that Jalen's senior year? Jalen Hurts?
I think he was 2018. I think he graduated in 2018. I hope so. I don't want to say Jay could be like that. Oh, Travis is back now.
turn off my Wi-Fi. I think that's better.
Okay, yeah, we'll see if that works. But yeah,
'Cause I think
it was
my Wi-Fi.
it was
I live in an
Oklahoma,
apartment, guys.
LSU. What'd you say? Clemson and Ohio State.
I don't even
those are the
remember.
four
Okay, that makes
won
sense.
that season. Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense because I don't recall stuff like that. Like
I don't
if Auburn ain't
care
in it, you know,
anything
I'm
about
I'm
any
not
of those
I'm
teams,
not
to be
being
honest.
nothing. Yeah, well, they're interesting in the fact that they're
Oh man,
always do the same thing every year.
I think Justin Fields
Why
just
does
took the
every-
worst sack, and I think he fumbled the ball too in the red zone. That's
Dude.
poor.
Is it a hard hit?
No, he tried to fake a jump pass, and then he just held on to the ball. You just got to get rid of that. I don't know if.
Dude,
Oh, it was a fumble too.
Fumble.
Wow, they
That's
lost. Did they
That's
lose it
just
or did they pick it
rookie
back up? I
stuff,
think
dude.
Fields recovered it.
okay,
But,
so is Fields worse than Long?
Zach Wilson? No. I just thought that was a
Is
real
Zach
question.
Wilson the worst of all three?
Absolutely.
100%. And he went to the Jets.
Damn, that just shows you I ain't even on my. But it's the Jets, though. It doesn't count.
That's the
if
thing. It's the Jets.
bro.
But at the same time, you got to look at Trevor Lawrence, and he's at the Jaguars, and now Urban Meyer's fired because their season was awful. So
But
I
they
mean,
are at
you
least
can't really
named
compare
the
them.
Jaguars. Like they're not named the Jets, so that makes a difference.
Yeah, everybody at the Jets is awful.
Well, the
yeah, they
Jag-
got
well,
it back. but
Jaguars 2 and
They're
something.
awful. They're awful.
Dude,
Um,
yeah, they're awful, and their coach is out there going full Donald Trump locker room talk, really doing it on people though. Like, why is he doing that? Like,
He's he
then
and
gonna
Coach
kick
O
the
could be
kicker, like-
great friends off the field.
Oh yeah, what did he do to the kicker?
Or Lane Kiffin,
He and Lane
and
Kiffin,
Coach
yeah.
O could really have
He, Lane Kiffin, and Coach O can make like a
and
boy
add
band.
me in that thing, and we. You
What
add
their boy
me in
band
there,
name
We
be?
having a good night.
What's that?
Coach O, Lane Kiffin, and Urban Meyer. What would their boy band name be?
And
Coach
and
O
me,
and the
bro,
assistants?
me, bro, me, bro.
Come
Come
on over there.
Bro, and I'm playing keys. I'm like Stevie Ray Vaughan's backup key player on that one, bro. I'm just back there faded. What are you talking about? I am in that band, bro. Put me in.
So
that
what?
band.
What coaches? What band?
It's Urban Meyer, Lane Kiffin, and Coach O.
It-
I would say it's
Never
something to do with
been.
being
It's called Never
fired.
Been Nowhere.
Never been nowhere. I like that. I like that. 'Cause
What instruments would each of them play?
Ooh.
Coach O would sing.
No, yeah.
No, they
yeah.
could play a lot of Motorhead.
It would be death metal.
It'd be
or like
dead.
old school Motorhead.
But Coach O's got
Bro,
to
it'd
play
be
like some
folk-
kind of
it'd be
Cajun.
folk music, bro.
Coach O's got to play something like Cajun, like the washboard or something. He's just sitting there like, like that.
Bro, he's got whatever the instrument is with the rusty ass spoon.
Yeah, he plays the washboard. He just like holds it up to himself and he's.
Bro, he's just got
what
jambalaya stuck in his throat forever.
Also, I love Brian Kelly doing the
Southern
accent.
Oh,
man,
bro,
it's so
that's-
good.
like
it's over with.
My family's
It's
so
over with.
good down here. We're glad
It's
to be down here.
so good.
Oh,
He was at Notre Dame for so long. I always just kind of pictured him with like an Irish accent. Though I'm not gonna lie.
Bro.
Oh, the
Right?
Bears kicked a
He's
field
He's a
goal.
leprechaun. He's a leprechaun.
Dude,
What did he talk like at Notre Dame when he went?
I was picturing him talking
He
like
didn't.
the Irish
He
Irish
said
person.
He said the whole team should die.
Yes,
this
I was just
year.
about to bring that. I saw that the other day. He said, "See if
Dude,
you can pull that
I've
up."
never
I
heard
love
great
that.
things about.
It's
about
Brian Kelly
what's-
talking about
what's his
executing
name?
his
Brian Kelly?
players. Just pull
What a
that up.
dork.
He said it as a joke,
dork.
which I
Yeah.
laughed. I loved it. It was hilarious and how bad it was.
Me
But-
too, but I still wanted to slap it.
What game was that after? It was early in the season. They lost the game. Or no, they
was
should have
so
lost. Was it against FSU?
It was against FSU for sure.
This is out of
I
my
think it
realm.
was.
No, it was.
It
against
was one of the
FSU for
funniest
sure.
things I've
And
seen
it
in a
was
long
like
time.
after FSU lost to Jacksonville State, or like
And
right
then
before,
they
it was right
almost
there,
lose.
like-
And then Notre Dame almost got beat by FSU. But
Yeah, no. Notre Dame almost got beat by FSU, and then FSU turned around and lost to Jacksonville
yeah,
State.
that's what it was. But Jacksonville, was
That's
it
what
Jacksonville
happened.
State? That-
Is that where-
yeah.
Is that where Deion Sanders?
yeah, that's where
No.
Deion. That's where the number one transfer.
No,
went to
that's
as well.
Jackson State.
Oh, I'm
Jackson
sorry.
State?
Yeah.
Jackson State.
They lost the other night too.
That's Mississippi.
Where's? Oh, is that Jackson? That
That's
What is
Jackson,
this
Mississippi.
commercial? It's like
Jacksonville
Johnny
State is
Depp
in Oxford, Alabama.
Playing a guitar in the desert with a wolf. What is
Deion
going
Sanders
on?
is an interesting,
Very interesting.
deal.
I
First round. First.
So strange.
Top play. Well, that's always top first round draft pick and number one player in the country. Usually never live. It's impossible to live up to that
it's
hype.
impossible to live up to that hype. Like
But
tell me
let's just call
a
it what it
number
is.
one
Buddy's
draft
playing at
pick.
HBCU. It might be really easy to live up to that hype.
It could be, but tell me a number one draft
the
pick that like
competition.
genuinely lived up to the hype in like 3-ish years, or number one recruit.
And three, that ain't a big sample size, bro. You're cheating.
Okay,
me,
all right,
bro.
all right. 7 years.
Number one draft pick. Can we get to some research?
Yeah, pull up.
Well, while he
see-
does that, I'm gonna look at. I found the quote from
Brian
Brian
Kelly.
Kelly.
It was great. It was
Apparently,
so
he
good.
was quoting an old. coach.
It was.
John
John
McKay.
McKay.
Here's the video.
Do you have the video? Can we
I
pull
can't-
it up?
I don't have the video.
No, he's stuck.
Because I can't get audio.
Oh my god.
But
But,
he
the-
plagiarized.
The
Guys, he
the
plagiarized.
sideline reporter asked what she thought of his team's performance. They were playing Florida State. They were beaten by 18 points. Florida State came back, forced the game to overtime. That Notre Dame ended up winning. So she asked how he thought his team did. So he dropped an old quote from John McKay. I'm in favor of execution. Maybe our entire team needs to be executed after tonight.
I think
we just
she,
didn't
I
execute
think
very
she
well.
said. I think she said, "What'd you think of your
Bro.
team's execution?" And he said, "I'm all for it," or something like that.
No, she said, what did you think of your team's ability to withstand Florida State's comeback?
I think the wording was just
Bro,
awful.
He said every one of them should be dead.
Dude, the
That's what
memes
he
coming
said.
out the
Okay?
day after that were fantastic. They were so
Let
good.
me tell you this. Let me tell you this. If I was him,
hey, bring your meme up.
I would say the same. I would say
Keep
the
on.
same thing. I would have said the same thing.
Oh yeah, that was awful. They ended it with a good season, but it was awful. Dude, they played so bad that game.
After playing like that, I don't
was-
care.
I-
Plus that y'all play like bums.
I was glad to see that Mackenzie Milton
Don-
is back, but he hadn't played very well.
Donald Bumsfield. That's Donald Brumsfield.
What were we talking about just before that? That's all I forgot.
Southern accent.
We were talking
number one
about,
draft picks. Number one
playoffs.
draft picks.
Oh, your number one draft pick. Yeah.
Let me
yeah,
pull
so,
up. Let me pull up the past number one draft picks in like 20 years. So it's like the year 2000.
What's the question here?
Has any of
2000?
them actually lived up to the
That's
hype?
a long time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Has anybody-
Who do we believe? Who do we agree on that has done it?
Like
Has
right
Matt
now,
Stafford
I have
done it?
no idea. I couldn't
Matt
say.
Stafford. That's an easy. That's
Yeah, Matthew
that's an
Stafford would be
easy,
the only one. I'm glad to see he's got a new
He
lease
ain't.
on
But
life.
has he done it though? But has he done it?
If he didn't go to the Lions, I think he would have been fantastic.
He hadn't won a playoff game.
Yeah,
He
that's
hadn't won a
true.
playoff game.
But he spent most of his career at the Lions. You can't expect that of him.
He spent most of his career with Calvin Johnson, sir.
That's true.
Speaking of memes earlier, Brian Kelly, we have our meme of the week.
Probably got
So if anyone wants to leave a comment for this meme,
Okay, so I think
we'll give you a shout out next week.
Yeah, I think the goal is comment the best caption
Oh,
for
is that
this
Frank
meme.
Gore?
It's Frank Gore. Yeah. All right.
Yahtzee.
All right, so here we go. From the year 2000, the number one draft pick in the year 2000 was Courtney Brown, defensive end from Penn State, went to the Cleveland Browns. Nobody
Wait,
knows
is
who
this
that
is this coming out of high school or
No, this is going into
going to
the,
the draft?
NFL.
Okay.
All right, number two, we know this name, Michael Vick. He played out pretty darn well, so we'll give that one.
Okay.
So we're one
All
for
right,
two.
I'm done. I lost.
We're one for two. David
Takes the
Carr.
cake. I'm done.
David Carr out of Fresno State.
Fresno State.
Let's see. Over 10 seasons, he ended up throwing more interceptions than touchdowns. Afraid he doesn't make the pass.
Let's give him an asterisk and a caveat. Let's give David Carr an asterisk and a caveat. He took on an expansion team, the Houston Texans.
Yep.
Right, and that's a tough gig. First year team,
That is a tough game.
rookie quarterback, first
Yeah,
pick.
he was the first.
And your
he was
brother
the first
goes
pick
on to
of the
be a
expansion.
starter at the Ravens. At the Raiders forever.
Did he? Said he had 10
Derek
seasons.
Carr, that's his brother.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
come on.
So next we got Carson Palmer. He's like a 50-50. He when you think of the Cincinnati Bengals quarterback, you think Carson Palmer.
Carson Palmer.
And when you think of
is in a lot
Cincinnati Bengals,
I think best team in the world.
I don't know.
I think Ocho Cinco. Let's just be
Yeah,
real. I think Chad
true.
Johnson.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
just call it what it is.
100%.
Boomer Esiason.
All right,
The
so
Iggy
we're
Shuffle. What we doing?
So we're 2 for 4. All right, the next one up, Eli Manning. He passes the test. All right, so we're 3 for 5. Alex Smith was the first pick in 2005. I wouldn't say he was a success. I was glad to see him back playing again, but not comeback story of the decade, but not the best quarterback.
The trophy should be named after him.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I agree with that. Mario Williams was the number one pick out of 2006.
He was a defensive end guy.
He went to Houston Texans out of North Carolina State. 11 seasons in the league.
I don't know. Brain damage. You didn't get me.
He seems like he was pretty good. So we could give him a half and half. So we're
Was he good? Was he a Pro Bowl?
8.
Was he a Pro Bowler?
No, but he ended his career. It doesn't say. He had 11 years in the league. Spent. He had a total of 97 and a half career sacks. That's pretty good. Out of 11 years, that's not too bad. It's 9 sacks a season.
It didn't say. If you can't find no Pro Bowl information, he wasn't a Pro Bowler.
So we'll give him a half as well.
But is that living up to first pick?
Yeah. 2007, the worst pick of all time, Jamarcus Russell. 2007 out of LSU to the Oakland Raiders.
The worst pick of all time, agreed.
Awful. He might get 2 in the negative category.
Do you know the classic story on him?
I heard the story a long time ago, but I don't really know a lot about the guy.
The game film?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. So the coach sent him home with game film. Supposed game film.
Uh-huh.
He comes back to practice the next day and says he watched it. and it was a blank. He said he watched it.
That's what
and
I
it
heard
was
about
It
it.
was blank.
Yeah, so they sent him home with an empty drive saying it was game film. He came back to them and
He's
told them he'd
never-
studied it. Yeah, so he's definitely a
He
bust.
never watched game film, dude.
All right, so next we got Jake
He's
Long.
from Mobile, right? Isn't he from Mobile, Alabama?
Is he? Wow, that's an awful name for Alabama right there. That's pretty terrible.
Yeah, he's from
Um,
Mobile. He was like, dude, he was a freak in high school, dude.
Jake Long is the number 1 pick in 2008.
Jake Long.
He was an all-pro player. Had a lot of injuries, though. Missed 33 games.
Where'd he go to school?
Miami. Or no, I'm sorry, Michigan.
Michigan. Oh, I don't even remember that
He
cat.
had a lot of injuries, apparently. All right, so we're like,
Quarterback?
what are we at? Like 7 for like
You would've-
12?
You would have been
What,
like
what
18.
year was that?
2008.
Jake Long was the first pick of the draft.
Ponder that for a
Who was
while.
that?
We'll move. Matthew
I don't
Stafford
even know who that is.
in 2009.
I,
Do we know who that one is? So
Hey.
he's a pass.
check this on
Sam
Mel.
Bradford.
You know how Mel Kiper is wrong all the time?
Uh-huh.
He said that the first game that Matthew Stafford walked out for Georgia as a freshman, he'd be the first pick in the draft. The first game he ever played as a true freshman.
But see,
He
people
wasn't
say
wrong
that.
that time.
I
I'm
think
not
people
a Mel Kiper
No.
apologist.
I agree with
by
that.
the way.
But I think people say things all the time, like, and they only get brought up if they're right. Like, if he had said that and nobody, like, if he was like a second rounder, nobody would think about that.
Well, let's look at the Auburn
It's just that-
quarterback coach at the beginning of this year said
Bo Nix was a
Bo Nix
Heisman
was going to be a
candidate.
Heisman
We
winner.
don't gotta look. We ain't gotta. We ain't gotta. No.
We're gonna move on before this degenerates. Thanks, Brock.
A guy we named earlier, Carson Palmer, his brother. What's his brother's name? He ain't nobody special. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not putting any credence behind what he said. But what's his name? What's Carson Palmer, the quarterback guy? Whatever.
I can't remember his name off the top
Palmer
of my head.
Jr. Anyway, his name. Who cares? He said there's an article. People can research this. Type it in on your Google. Do. Palmer, Bo Nix, quarterback, first draft pick. You're going to find out. You're going to say this should be the first pick in the draft this year. I don't believe that.
I don't
I'm
believe
just
that
telling you, people have said that. Well, his ass is not even going out of college. That's crazy.
Nope.
Jordan Palmer.
Jordan Palmer, is that
That's
who it is?
stupid. Jordan Palmer, yeah, Bumsky.
So,
That's the same
2010,
guy that invites him to his camp.
we have Sam Bradford, quarterback from Oklahoma, went to St. Louis.
Biggest rookie contract of all time. Straight
yeah.
up bump. Donald Bumsky.
Yeah, it wasn't great. He had a lot of injuries too, if I remember.
He had a lot of Jeff Fisher.
2011, Cam Newton out of Auburn.
Cam Newton.
I would say
Them
he's
two
a pass.
broke
Hey, they made it to the Super Bowl. He
He's
was
a
MVP,
pass,
all that
brother.
stuff. He gets a pass.
And-
2012.
And he
If
was
they would
right-
have
and he
had
was-
NIL, Colgate, Crest,
Oh, he would have made.
he would have been. I mean,
oh.
I still don't know why. His
Oh.
teeth are the whitest
They're perfect.
teeth
They're
I've
so
ever seen.
good.
They're perfect teeth.
And the thing is, he signed the fastest deal ever out of college. I swear,
It was
Auburn
so
won the
quick.
national championship, and he had an Under Armour. He had a Beats and an Under Armour commercial the next.
When you
day.
talk about guys who could have made a lot of
But-
money in the NIL, he is like him and like Tim Tebow are like right up there.
Oh my god! Tim
Um,
Tebow would have. he would have been
2012,
yeah.
a quarterback who is already retired, Andrew Luck. I like him, but I don't think he's a pass.
I like. And wait. For what? And what on what grounds?
I don't know. I just
On what grounds? Just longevity?
no, not longevity.
But I think longevity has to
He was
factor
good.
into
Did he
It
ever
had-
pass or
dude,
not.
take
it
them to a
factors in
playoff?
for sure.
Did he ever take him to a playoff?
Oh, bro, stop tripping with me. Playoff?
Anyway,
Playoff?
we're gonna move.
Playoff?
Who is this?
Andrew Luck?
Was that, is that it?
Is
Playoff?
that Andrew Luck? Is that Andrew Luck on screen right there?
What?
I'll pull it back
What
up. Pull
did
it
it
back
say?
up.
What did
Put it
it
back up.
say? Did
Is
he
that
got
Andrew
no
Luck right
playoff
there?
game?
There's Andrew Luck right there.
Bro, it might be.
It might be.
That buddy
It
looked
just
like
might
a
be.
savage. That boy looked like he'd cut your head off. Hey,
Oh man, he had the
that was
best
a
neck
savage.
beard.
He went to 4 Pro Bowls.
Hey, neck beard.
Oh yeah, he was a
Hey,
Pro Bowler.
look, dude. Andrew Luck got hit by I don't know if it was Khalil Mack, one of the baddest linebackers.
It was horrible. He had a horrible career.
He
Not as in like a
got up
bad
and
way,
said,
but he had to have the most
and he
miserable
said
career.
he popped up and said, "Dude, how's your family doing?"
Oh yeah, dude,
He
listening
said,
to
"How's
him
your
mic'd up
wife
was
and
so
kids?"
good. I loved it. I
Oh,
loved
it's
it.
like, dude, he's
got to be the
Mike
nicest guy in the
Allstott
world.
playing quarterback,
I love listening to him mic'd
and
up.
will put you on, dude. As I know, he got put on his ass a lot. He put a lot of dudes on their ass.
Let's see. Who's next? Eric
He
Fisher
ran
from
over
Central
a lot
Michigan.
of cats, dude.
Plays at the Kansas City Chiefs, so I think he automatically
That's
gets a pass.
That's a lineman.
Yeah,
Why is that?
because he won a Super Bowl. That's why.
Okay, yeah, he's a good player. I was just
he is,
wondering
yeah.
your justification. He's a really good player.
Jadavian Clowney's next.
Huge guy. Ooh, that's an
I
interesting.
love watching him play at South Carolina. He was so good. He plays with the Seahawks right now. Is that right?
How?
No, he
You were like
plays
12.
For, no, he plays
Yeah,
for
but
the
you remember that
Cleveland
tackle he
Browns
made?
now.
God, what happened?
Bro.
It was
on Denard Robinson.
yes,
bowl game.
and before that, who were they playing?
Freak show. He's a
Whoever it
freak
was they
show,
were
dude.
playing got a first down, although it definitely was not a first down. They got a good spot by the official, and then immediately the next play after, Klein goes back down, blows him up, forces a fumble, and picks it up. That's like that's one of the most savage moments I've ever seen. Yeah, he picked it up. That's one of the most savage moments I've ever seen in college football, and proof that the ball
Picked it up with
does
his
not
pinky.
lie.
I don't even remember
pinky and
yesterday.
his thumb.
Who's next?
I haven't remembered the past 5 minutes.
Jameis
I
Winston
don't
is
even know
next.
what month it is. Well,
I'll
30
give
for
Jameis a
30.
pass. I didn't think he was great
That
at
boy,
Tampa
30
Bay.
for 30.
I think after he got his
Net
LASIK eye surgery, he got a
zero.
lot better.
Hey, Jameis Winston, 30 for 30, net zero.
Wow, Jared Goff got drafted after Jameis Winston. Why does that feel wrong? I feel like Jared Goff's been in the league since like year 2000.
No. Jameis Winston better quarterback than Jared Goff. Stop playing.
Oh, I agree with that 100%. No doubt. But why do I feel like
Oh,
Goff's
yeah.
been in the league so much longer than Winston has?
Because he's lame. I don't know.
Okay, here's the easiest pick of the lot. I wonder if Myles Garrett has been a success. That's not even a debate.
What's your side?
Oh, he's the second best defensive player in the league.
Right.
Right behind
I
Aaron
agree
Donald.
Well, okay. I was going to see who your first was.
This is
You
the
think he's
first
the
thing that
second
pops
best?
up is remember that-
Defensive lineman, though, right?
I think he might be just the best defensive player overall. Like as far as like
it's
consistency
easy to put
goes.
linemen as the
Is this
best.
what you're talking about?
Because they're so.
Yeah, that's it. That's the play right there.
Let me do it again.
Rudolph in the head with a helmet. I still remember that. That was so good. We all watched that game together. We didn't really watch the NFL a bunch, but I remember that one time he goes up and he just donks Mason Rudolph in the head.
Seeing if I could find another.
I feel like he probably deserved it. I heard he's not a very good
Yeah,
person.
from what I've heard, Mason Rudolph is not a very good guy.
Who that?
Mason Rudolph. The first thing that pops up when you Google Myles Garrett is when he
Am I back?
donked him in the head. Yeah, you're back. When he donked him in the head with the helmet.
I can't see y'all though. Mason Rudolph. You know, I
He's a
ain't gonna
turd.
say nothing about nothing.
Here's
but I heard that he's a turd boy,
Yeah, here's that hit.
and that's
We'll see
from
if-
a
we'll see if we can watch it.
real close source. But the starter in front of him is a turd boy too. Apparently.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Who's next? Baker Mayfield, Oklahoma, Cleveland Browns. I don't know.
I
He's
gotta
had a
get
good
y'all
career.
boys back on video.
He's made some
Who?
decent commercials.
Baker Mayfield.
Made some
Wait,
decent
who?
commercials, but that's about it.
A good career where?
That's a
Like
good
on
question. At Oklahoma. Also on his Allstate? Is that right?
TV?
Yeah, the All-State commercials.
Yeah.
Allstate.
No, let me tell you. Let me really give you a real reason why Baker Mayfield has a great career. I was like in college, and I came home on like a Thursday night, and Baker Mayfield was playing third string quarterback for Texas Tech. He was the backup walk on, and to see him go from that to walking on Oklahoma, and then to being the first pick and winning the Heisman and doing all that, as sorry as his ass is amazing.
Well, that's the thing. Like when
straight
you
up. Like,
think
it's
about
amazing.
his like
He
college
sucks.
career, yeah, he's been great in the NFL. But like, I love the video of him. Oh man, I can't remember who they were playing, but he
He's
went up to
Drew
shake the
Brees,
hands
but
at the middle of
totally
the
not.
field, and they didn't want to shake his hand, and they go out and just absolutely get dominated. Like Baker went off in that game. I loved watching that. That was great.
Oh, I love the dog in him now. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, oh, I love
the
that.
dog.
Up next,
I
Kyler
love a
Murray out of
nasty,
Oklahoma. Should he have
nasty
played
guy.
baseball instead? That's the question.
Oh, Kyler Murray is the best pick you said all day.
That's all we'll say about baseball.
Kyler
Yeah,
Murray's
we don't
the-
care about baseball.
Hey, baseball. Hey, for sure get better. For sure get faster. For sure go back on steroids. No doubt. But
Go back. They never stopped.
I need.
Good point.
I need Mark. You're right. But I need a dude with Mark McGuire 18-inch forearm. So let's pull up. Y'all playing games. We need to go on that tran and that test. Let's go baseball. I need to hit through the bank. Go 500 feet now. Every time I need Barry Bonds pronto baseball or I'm out.
So that's the draft picks.
That's the thing. I love baseball, but it's like, damn it. Dumb.
If you could pick one draft pick overall to like build, so you get your Madden fantasy draft. All those guys, who you picking? Number one.
It'd be none of the first rounders. That's the crazy. It'd be none of the first picks. I'm sorry.
That's
It'd be
all.
none
That's
of the first
that's the
pickers.
only option.
That's
you
his
have.
rule.
That's the craziest part.
That's all.
That's
I know
the
my pick.
craziest
I know my pick.
part.
Who's your pick?
Mine would be Miles Garrett.
But out of all the people so far,
Out of the year
Kyler
from the
Murray.
year 2000
Kyler
to
Murray.
2020, Kyler Murray. What about
Kyler
you?
Murray. I missed a lot of people. I went off. I missed a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Did I not miss like? Well, no, I
no,
didn't.
we stopped. We stopped at Miles Garrett.
Who was before Miles Garrett?
I gotta pull that page back up. Hold on.
I can't see y'all, by the way.
Hang on one second. Yeah, we
Miles
drafted
Garrett
him
was a
in the
weird
21st
time. What
century.
time? What about? Yeah, I'm thinking I guess I'm just thinking first picks, and it's weird when you just think first picks. It goes by fast, right?
But the first pick
That's
goes
so
to the worst
weird.
team.
Jared Goff was the number one before Miles Garrett.
Yeah. He's pretty forgettable.
Yeah. Like I said, I would pick Miles Garrett.
Forgettable.
If you talk about like guys
And then-
who are worth more than everybody else on that list, Miles Garrett's number one.
And what was
I
Tom
like
Brady?
Kyler
What was his
Murray.
pick?
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
he was like,
He was like nobody knew who he was.
200.
Yeah,
he
like
was
200
Pick
plus.
3,000 and unlucky. He was number 3,000.
And now he's number one overall.
He was number
Ever.
3,000. Ever.
What were we talking about before we got
Not
on
even
that
close.
rant?
Like
I can't
6
remember.
times over.
Tom Brady was
Like 6 times
199
Yeah,
overall
199. That's insane.
in the 2000 draft pick.
so we go.
Body looked like Gumby.
So Benjamin's over his depression, I guess, after today because he.
Oh
It-
God, I played
his
the
golf
worst.
game.
Oh
What
man,
happened?
golf. I
Golf.
just can't. I'm awful. I wish I was good, but I'm just not.
He shot a 51.
Buddy,
I mean, it's,
Yeah.
Hey, boy, hey.
he
But,
shot
I
he shot
don't
a 49 the other day,
Yeah.
and now he's shooting a 51 and he's mad.
That's good.
It's just
The
it's just how
curse.
golf is. I was
Bro.
listening to a podcast while I was listening to
Benjamin,
it.
I've been playing golf longer than you, and I've never even kept score. I kept score for 3 holes the other day and quit.
That's what I do.
That's
I,
what
I
Bradley
know.
does. That's
I
what Brock
play-
and Bradley
I
do.
know-
Yeah.
Okay,
I
let
keep
me-
track
let me-
for
can I-
3
can I tell
holes,
my
and then I hit
speech?
about 30, and then I just stop counting.
Okay, but here's the
As soon as
thing.
I start keeping track, it's over with.
I am fully aware that golf is the worst sport known to man, and that
said it.
The goal of golf is to
It's
play
bad.
less golf. The less golf you play, the better golf you are. And I was listening to a
Charles Barkley style.
podcast,
And the more money you have.
and the more money you have, that's the fact. I was listening to a podcast,
Yeah.
about it was with one professional. His name is Pat Perez, and I love listening to him. He's hilarious. But he was talking about like how, oh god, I just thought, oh yeah, how like it's just the worst sport to play. You get more angry at golf than you would at any other sport in the entire world. I
don't think you have to be.
Good.
I don't think you have to be. I don't think it has to be the worst sport. It's just a sport for perfectionists only.
That's the thing. Because when you play golf, there's nothing else that's like you'll go out. I hit one shot today. It was on the ninth hole. I had par, and I had like a drive like 250, and then I had a 7-iron from like 178 to like 12 feet. And when you do that, and then you go and you skull one off the tee box 5 feet in front of you, you get angry because you know you can do the other one.
It's over. You get more angry.
So much more angry. But
Golf
at the same time, when I think about
what
it,
we've been saying more about, we're always more angry because we're always more terrible at it.
well, and
You know
it's
what
the
I'm
only
saying?
sport
It's just like
that
it
it's
doesn't get
just
better.
you
Like,
versus yourself. There's nothing like changing.
You
Bro,
chase a
it's
score
free
or a
throws.
shot.
Coming from the person who actually had a hole in one.
Exactly.
Yeah, this guy over here actually had a hole in one. So
Who
You
over
can't
here? I
chase
can't
that
see
anymore.
nobody, so
Him,
I'm on
Earl.
blank screen.
The Earl, he has a hole in one. Lord Earl, actually.
Of course. Well, why? Okay, so let me.
It's definitely not me,
and the
Travis.
audience and everybody
and
else.
it surely
Please
ain't me.
forgive me, Lord. I guess that it wasn't Earl that did the perfect thing. I don't understand what I was thinking, Lord. Please forgive me. Hey, I knew that. What was I thinking? Unless I thought Bradley was in the room.
No, he's not here.
If Bradley was in the room, he had some competition. I just
Well, and that's the
call him
thing.
in.
Today, I had a better score than he did, and I was still angry.
To be
Then
fair, he was
Bradley?
hitting 4 balls.
Yeah, he
Bradley
did.
was okay,
Yeah, he
about
was
4 balls
fine.
on
He
each
was
hole.
happy.
but he
But-
could
He
keep
wasn't
it
even
score.
tripping.
But he quick hits him with score. That's the
Some
thing. When you
days
don't
I
play
go out there,
official
I don't
golf,
even
you don't
be
get
tripping. I'll be
angry.
like,
But my thing is, like, when
Yeah,
you think
but
about
no,
sports that
that's
are,
not
like,
true.
purely individual sports, like, I love fishing. But I don't get angry at fishing because I can tell myself in my head if I don't have a good day fishing, oh, the conditions weren't good.
Fishing is not a sport.
You've been fishing a long.
It is a sport.
Fishing is not a sport. It's athletic. No, it's an outdoor pursuit.
Can you
It's
make
like
money
hunting.
at it? Can you make money at it?
Now,
What's the difference between golf? Because when I throw that thing out there, I don't know where the hell it's going or what's coming back. Sounds like the same thing in golf as me. I don't know. Y'all play a different game than me. Because when I hit that thing, I don't know where it's going.
You can make a lot of money at things that are not sports.
Hey, a year
Okay,
ago,
but-
we
Yeah.
have Benjamin. Benjamin is a
Like what?
commentator, sports and football, soccer, and I would never do golf.
I would never do golf. Unless I get a meet. Like, if we're doing, like,
Well,
the
today you
local
just
high
said,
school,
I'd love to do golf.
I would.
It's over a year ago.
But I would love not
you
to
mean
sit in the
commentate?
commentary booth. I want to be the guy on the course, like,
never.
following people. That sounds so much better.
Bro, you would be.
We're
you'd be in
approaching the
there
17th
asleep.
green as somebody.
Bro.
Charlie Woods steps up to take his shot. He's coming out of the bunker. He's got
Oh my.
a
Where's
big
the-
ridge
where's the
on his
video of
right
the lady
he has to
getting
clear.
hit?
Oh, yeah,
You better
yeah.
take
Oh,
two
God,
Xanax
I
and
love
and
this. Travis,
and
you're
a
gonna love
cup
this,
of
too.
Notos.
Do I need to find out?
Yes.
You're going to love this, too,
Yeah.
Travis.
I
This is
can't
one of the best
see.
videos I've
I
ever
can't
seen.
see it.
Oh, yeah, you can't see
Oh,
anything.
man. Well, you'll
Okay,
love us.
I'll paint you a picture. So we went.
No, Ben, you have to commentate as though you're watching from the
Oh
booth.
yeah. I'll say this. So we went.
Oh,
we were in Vegas.
I can imagine better than anybody.
We were in Vegas. When was that? Last time me and Bradley went to the TPC, whatever
and
it is
Davis?
on Vegas. Yeah, it was me, Bradley, and Davis. Oh yeah, it was just me and Davis. Bradley didn't go. But we went out to watch the PGA Tour when they were in Vegas. When we went to see the Wilder fight, so we went to watch Wilder Fury, the last one, and they had the PGA was
I
out in
know.
Vegas.
Don't remind me. You invited me and I didn't go. And
I know that's a shame on you, but you could have also gone watch it.
Yeah,
Good
I will.
good
Hey, let
golfers
me tell
actually
y'all
hit the
this.
ball.
After that, after that little PC trip, I'm never taking. I'm never
Okay.
denying another Bumgarner request for a trip again. Let me just. Y'all
Exactly,
can book me
exactly.
for every single one, brother.
So
Here,
Anyway.
okay, but let me paint this picture real quick. So we were out watching them on the PGA, and whenever you watch it like on TV, you see people standing close to where people are hitting like past. But like when I was standing, and these guys are pros. I think Matthew Wolf was leading, and we were following him around. So he was leading the PGA Tour in this event, and I was terrified to stand in front of them hitting the ball because I play with people like us, and we would die. We would actually die from the golf ball.
that would be a good to have a crowd in front of.
Oh, I would
just
love it.
regular
I've
people.
Always thought about that as a tournament.
Put me a body.
I would watch
It can
that.
be a
I would
duck,
watch that
it can
all
be a
day.
truck,
I would love
It
that.
can be a chicken that don't cluck. If it's in there and it's a body, I'm gonna hit it.
I would love.
If it's in front of me, I'm gonna hit it.
Okay,
If it's
so
a
we were.
golf ball with my fist, if the objective is to hit it, I'm gonna do it.
So we were at
That's
this
my
event,
pleasure.
and the only thing I could think about was this clip that we're about to watch. It's a lady. It's got to be like 90s or early 2000s video. She's playing, and she goes to tee off, and she hits. Was she right-handed? She hits like this wicked hook to her left, right into the crowd, and nearly kills this lady. She hits her right in the knee, and this lady goes to the ground. We'll have to watch it. Yeah.
Let me just pull it up.
Yeah, we can pull it up. I don't know if Travis can see
I'm
it.
dead. Your explanation has me dead. Did you
It's
say
fantastic.
An old lady
I love
hit
it.
another
Okay,
old
so
lady
there's the
with a
first
golf
swing,
ball?
and she absolutely pelts the lady
That's all
with the
I need to
blue.
know.
And then, so she goes to tee up a
Is it
second
old
one.
lady or old lady crime?
It's gotta be. She has to be targeting her. And she takes a
It's
second shot, and she hits literally the exact same person. It's hilarious.
Bro, you know how catty women are, bro.
And then she
was
goes.
aiming
She's
for her,
like,
practicing for her. She had.
the lady in the crowd goes, "Make her cut it out." It was so great. You can pick it up on the camera and everything. It was fantastic. I love that clip.
Bro, that is her husband's ex-wife, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
What
are you talking? She was aiming for her, bro.
It was a good
we,
shot.
They was
We
once
sent you the
friends.
video. We sent you the video.
I
You
just
pull
sent
up
it
your
to you.
phone.
They were once friends. They were once friends, bro. Let's you know how
Make
it
her
is.
Make her
stop.
cut it out. I love that video.
Oh my god. So is this like
Um,
a golf Karen
yeah.
video?
So, like with golf, it's awful sport.
I always say, why would I pay whatever it is? Like it's like $100 to go play a round of 18. Why would I pay to be mad? I can be mad on my own.
That's true, but at the same time, like, I don't know.
I
That's a
mean,
good point.
it's never made sense. I go out there and I have fun.
But you get mad at video games.
But I'm not paying every time I do it.
Yeah, but you pay like a couple $100 for like a computer or a console.
But that's a one-time payment.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then
Unless
I
you
can
pay for
proceed
COD,
to be
and then
mad
you have
as
to
much as
buy
I
the
can.
DLCs.
But
That's true.
golf is, it's kind of like bowling is like golf. But bowling, you can be done with it in 5 minutes.
And
bowling
with
is a
bowling,
sport.
but with bowling, there's like a ceiling. You can bowl a 300. What's the ceiling in golf? You hit a hole in one every single hole?
You score an 18. Has anybody ever?
Probably not. I don't think so.
I'm going to look that up.
No, there's no way.
What's the lowest score? I know it's in the 50s.
In the history? Yeah. Tiger and his son this weekend hit 57. They had 11 birdies in a row.
They were playing a scram.
Yeah, but it was still a
What's
record
a
low.
regular person playing golf? What did they shoot?
All right, what do y'all have? What are the guesses?
I think it's 57.
Is this like a PGA
In a
event?
PGA tournament.
PGA Tour event.
57.
Why do I feel like I know this? I'm going to say 55.
Do we have Travis? Is he there?
No, he's on right
Travis
now. He
is
got cut
not
out.
with
I think
us
he's watching
anymore.
the old lady get hit by the golf ball.
I hate watching.
I'm going to say 55.
55.
Oh, that's so good.
How many people?
Ryan Gibson.
Yeah, I
Who
would
had the
never guess
57?
that.
57 was... Hold on. Furyk hit 58.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
What year was that?
You had a 51.
Steve
Travis.
Gillett.
He's back. Travis is
Steve
back.
Gilly in 2004 hit 55.
All right, we're back. Wait, did you watch the video, Travis?
Bro, okay.
Fantastic.
So,
I love it.
Hey,
First
hey, you're joining us. We were talking about the lowest golf score on the PGA Tour. What do you think it is?
What's your guess? Is the
What's
best?
your guess?
What's the score?
Like lowest, as in
Yeah, lowest ever
best,
round.
Yep.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Give us a wild
I have
one.
no idea. I
said
heard y'all
55,
kinda
he
talking
said
about it, so I'm not gonna
57.
say anything.
You were
Somebody
listening?
said 54 about something.
I said 55, and it was correct.
Oh, 55. Okay. 55 is cold.
Well,
That don't
man, I
make
shot
no
a 51.
damn sense.
I shot a 51 today.
Benjamin, he shot a 51 today.
On how many holes?
We don't talk about that.
70? You shot 18 rounds?
But we talked about, like, with bowling, it's an individual sport, and you play, like, generally on, like, the same condition. Like, I know oil changes in bowling, but there's, like, a ceiling there. Like, with golf, what's the ceiling?
Well, bowling.
55 apparently.
Well, there's like, but the thing about bowling
But you have
is
to have a
there's an
900
actual
series
ceiling.
of bowling.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But
But it's still, like,
explain
attainable.
that.
Huh?
What's a 900 ceiling?
Like
It's when you have,
series.
3 games, and you hit
Yeah.
perfect games on each one?
Yeah, you do a series, 3 games, and
So
people.
what happens when that?
You've completed bowling at that point.
It's like hitting a hole in one in golf.
It's like when you have a hole-in-one golf, you quit.
So
when you're
the
12.
tournament's done?
Yeah.
Is the tournament over?
That's what he did.
Give
He
me
hit
the
a hole in
goal?
one, he was done after that.
What?
When you-
You
Okay,
hit,
what
you
the
hit a
other
hole in
dude
one
pull
the
up?
same age Charlie
What did
Woods
the
is
other
now,
dude pull
12 years
up?
old.
Has he had a hole-in-one?
I'm sure he's had to.
Look at.
course he
Look
is.
at
Google it. Google
We
it.
don't know
See.
that though.
He's
Hey, I
got
almost
to.
aced one. Hey, about this time last year. No, I'm not gonna lie on Robert.
Oh, you
Trent.
did. You sent me a text
Hey,
message. You almost hit that
I
ace
almost
on.
aced one.
Where was that at? Was that at Gateway?
No, sir. That was at Robert Trent on the Senator.
Ooh, nice golf course.
I'm out here with it. Yes, I'm out
there
here with it.
are. There's no proof
I'm telling you, I just need the pressure.
Charlie Woods
It's
has
the
ever had a
pressure.
hole in one.
Interesting. Also, he's like
you put
apparently
people-
like ranked like not even top 100 in his age bracket. But I just don't think he plays
I
tournaments.
believe it.
I just don't think he
I believe
plays.
it.
But
Yeah, I just
like
think he
watching
kinda
him
hangs
play,
out, as
he's
he should.
ridiculous.
Dude,
It's insane.
his
watching him
dad's
play.
not killing him about it like his dad did. Like he's
Yeah,
probably
that's
just
true. I agree with
good.
that.
Not Michael
He's
Jackson
just
him.
good. Like,
He's not
dude,
Michael Jackson.
My dad and
but-
my brother, yeah, Joe Jack. Yeah, he ain't no Joe Jackson. That's like that. You know, don't play with that.
Serena
Hey,
and Venus, they never played a junior
yeah.
tournament. They didn't play any tournaments.
I think
They
that's
did not
what
play
it's
juniors.
like. I think that's the thing.
I was thinking about this earlier. I'm talking about coaching wrestling in this area, and I was thinking about this. There's all these teams, and I watched this. I saw this picture on Facebook of these kids that wrestled each other in the finals of a tournament, but they were teammates in the office, and they were hey. So I'm like, what is the point of that? I don't want my kids seeing your kids. I don't want them to know who they are in the bracket.
Nope.
He sucked. I don't know who he is. We ought to walk all over him. I don't know
It's
who
just-
that is.
Well, and then you
I
got to
don't care
go
who that
like
is. He's just a boy.
when there's some like random 12-year-old now, and you get put on like the bracket against a Charlie Woods who's been on like TV and played with his dad. Like, what do you do then?
Exactly.
If you
Me and
beat him,
Justin
you
had this
feel like
conversation.
you feel unbeatable. But what do you do then? I
Me
don't
and
know
Justin
what to
had this
compare that
conversation,
with.
dude.
What?
Well, I think those kids that are that good think they can beat them and they want to beat them.
I think so too. That was the thing about
He's
him. Like,
hunted.
he didn't smile for like
He's
the
hunted.
last entire round. Like, he is so
well,
competitive.
I like that because
I love
he might
that.
Be crazy, like he might be crazy like his daddy.
Well, because John Daly and his son won, and they're
apple
both
don't
ridiculously
fall
good
far.
too. And
Is that the dude with the beard?
yeah, John
Yeah, I
Daly,
like those
he
guys.
literally smoked a cigarette down the 18th green or down the 18th fairway. It's great. I love
My
watching John
man.
Daly play. He's like, but
My
when you
man.
look at him and Tiger, and then Daly and his son, Little John, which he hates to be called apparently, when you look at them, like they
Well-
could not be more polar
Well-
opposite. Like John Daly shows up there with a big old gut, and his kid's got long hair, and he looks like Santa Claus. And then you get Tiger Woods and his son. They couldn't be more serious, and they
Sound
beat
pretty
him.
tucked in
badass
shirt
to
with a
me.
belt.
I love it. It was
works.
great. It was so good.
And we see who the winner
Bro,
is.
them boys. You know who Tiger Woods is?
Tiger
You know
Woods.
who Tiger Woods is?
Tiger Woods.
He's John Jones.
He is. I agree with that.
No,
I said that
they're
earlier. I said
sociopaths. They're complete sociopaths.
they're different
dude.
breeds of people. That's the thing. Like when you get greatest of all time,
they're killers.
which one of
They're
them is
killers.
normal? Aside from like Michael Jordan, he seems like a pretty
Nothing.
normal
Nothing.
guy.
George St. Pierre.
No, Michael Jordan's the worst of them all.
But like when
man.
you watch
He's
it,
the
like his like
worst.
documentary, he kind of seems like a normal person.
He just punches his teammates in the face.
I think the most
What are you
normal is
talking
either
about?
George St. Pierre or Lionel Messi.
The only
Yeah.
thing he did was drugs, and that ain't normal to not do drugs
That's true.
in the
That's
80s
true.
in the NBA. It's normal to do drugs.
That's
Okay,
true.
like he just didn't
Especially
do
back
that.
in his
That
time
dude's
of, like,
super not normal.
Ball.
Bro, he was in the nastiest era of them all and kept it super psycho, bro. He wasn't even going after chicks. What's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with this guy? But
Well,
anyway,
I think we've rambled enough. I think we came like from like going to golf and wrapped all the way back around to golf and John Jones and comparing them
and Charlie.
and Charlie. So I think we've like completed this discussion. I think we're gonna get set to
No
wrap
doubt.
it up here. Travis,
Please do.
as always, it's a pleasure to talk, and we'll have to hit the gym sometime this week soon. Brock,
Always
over
there.
on the computer, always
Behind the-
appreciate it.
Behind the camera.
Behind the camera, also giving us
Working.
memes. Make sure to go in and comment
Facts.
on that meme. It's such a good one. Frank Gore, it's hilarious. Go down there.
I-
yeah, it's down there somewhere.
y'all
Go
send me
comment
that?
on it. Yeah, send that
Down
to
there.
Travis whenever you get a chance. We'll send that to you.
Well,
But-
I saw the fight live. What was it? It was just him bop this.
Yeah,
that
it was
face.
him like he was like like screaming. It was great.
Bro, that face was
But-
crazy.
So go down there and make sure you guys leave a comment on it. Let us know what like just give us your best meme caption. We'll I'll
Give
tell
us
you what,
the
we'll make
best caption and
we'll make the
shout you out
meme
next
and we'll
week.
post it. We got to make an Instagram for this, but we'll make a meme and we'll post it. We're gonna try and be back live Monday.
Try to do it on Mondays around 7.
We
That's
could
a
do
good
at least
time.
one show a week for sure. I know we could do that.
I
It's obviously
like it.
busy with Christmas and holiday season, so it's a little bit busy. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's fun.
to Earl
one thing-
I might
Baumgartner,
need to
thing I
pull,
wanna
I
bring
might
up
need to
before-
pull up at the studio.
for sure.
Yeah,
do it
absolutely.
live.
One thing I do want to bring up
Just
is there
to- just
anything
y'all can
that
keep
people
me
should watch
normal.
out for this week going forward? Boxing, UFC,
Ooh, good
football,
question.
soccer.
The
Good
playoffs.
question. I think Christmas time.
Oh, you broke up. Say that again.
I think boxing wise, MMA fighting. I think they're just Christmas time. They kind of take
Yeah, I
off.
don't think anything really goes on there.
Yeah, I think the
Is there a
last
bowl?
card
I'm
was
sure there's a bowl game or
2
something.
nights ago.
Yeah.
Bowl games are on the rise.
Well, they're New Year's-
probably
New Year's.
starting this week. They're
Yeah.
starting this week.
When's
There's a
the
few
Birmingham
games.
Bowl?
When is I don't know.
The-
We should go watch that
The
live.
Camellia Bowl. The Camellia Bowl is like on Christmas Day.
It is,
isn't
yeah.
It is. It's on Christmas Day. It's insane.
Yeah.
The
So that's
Vikings
wild.
just scored to wrap up this podcast.
Is
They
that
currently
is Auburn
lead
playing in
17
the
to
Camellia
3.
Bowl?
They're in the
Birmingham.
Birmingham Bowl.
Again.
Well,
Again.
what's the difference? What's the same thing?
That's gonna suck so
Laugh
bad. You
at
get-
it, man. I know y'all want to buzz out bubble gut
No,
laughing at it.
I don't
Come
think
on,
it's a
do
bad
it.
thing
Let
that
it out, let it out,
they're
let it
bowl eligible with a new coach and an injured
Man,
quarterback.
stop. All right,
So it's
all right.
fine. But the
Discuss it
problem
over.
is, like, if you're an
This
Auburn
man said
player
bowl
and you
eligible.
see some of these guys going, like, to Hawaii for, like, a bowl game that doesn't matter, but then you get to go 30 minutes down the road to Birmingham, that's got to suck. That's got to suck
That's your
so
house.
bad.
Around the corner from your house.
It's like you can make a day trip out of it. It sucks
Memphis
so
gets
bad.
to go to Hawaii the day
Half
before
of 'em-
Christmas.
Who?
Memphis get to go
Yeah,
to
Memphis
Hawaii
goes
the
to
day before
Hawaii.
Christmas.
Auburn gets to go
Wake
30
up,
minutes
your
down the
mom-
road to Birmingham.
Your mom's
That
cooking
sucks.
bacon in the morning.
Granted, who's Auburn
Your
playing?
mom's
They're playing
cooking your
Houston.
bacon.
Houston.
They're playing
They probably
Houston.
will kick their ass.
They're playing Houston.
They probably will.
Auburn
but,
probably kick their ass because they wake up with their mom cooking bacon that morning. At the
They
house.
just-
Bo Nix
they
gonna
just-
play in that game?
They can just drive to the stadium.
Is Bo Nix playing that game?
No,
he
no.
can't. No,
Is he
Bo
officially
Nix is
transferred?
He's still
not
hurt.
Back in the state.
Oh, he's still hurt.
That
That's
boy,
right. He has
yeah.
ankle.
Well, hey, we see. Hey. Just keep riding, tote your little scooter on up to the north. You don't have to go up there with them soft little. You don't do what you do.
Maybe we can find a
Bye.
Bo Nix meme
Bye.
for next one. We can make that the official meme.
I got so many.
Speaking of next one, we will see you guys on the next one. It should be Monday, right about 7 o'clock, as long as we don't have any technical difficulties. Thanks to Earl Baumgartner. Check him out at The Real Earl B. Is that the Instagram handle? That's right. Check out Brock Baumgartner. I think it's just Brock Baumgartner, right?
Brock _Baumgartner.
Brock _ sorry. I don't even know my own Instagram handle, but it's probably Benjamin Baumgartner. You can find me somewhere. Yeah, I got enough of them. We don't mention that. Travis, drop your Instagram handle.
Swave _digger.
So go give
Digger
that a follow.
with the
I'm sure there's
D.
plenty of
Don't
Yoda
be
study
crazy,
and
internet
boxing study as well.
or
so
just nothing and nonsense.
we might pop up down on one or two. Get a little shout out from old Travis.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's just about going to do it. Thanks for everybody. Hopefully we had a couple people tune in. I know we're still going to post it. We'll probably cut this up, put some segments out on either Instagram or
Please cut
YouTube.
it up. Take my ignorant.
We will have another YouTube page up. It was made today, though. Like we said, this was kind of last minute. But you're not allowed to like have any activity on your YouTube page for the first 24 hours. So this one's up on Warehouse 231, but the next one will be up on Did You Hear About, the YouTube page. I'm sure we'll have an Instagram, and we'll post about the time we're going to do that. But I think that's just going to finish it up. Appreciate everybody hanging out. It's always a good time. It's about 9 o'clock now, so I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We'll see you, Travis. I'm sure we'll see you sometime this week. For Earl, Brock, and Travis, I think that's just about going to do it. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. It's going to be
Merry Christmas.
Like, what, the 27th? So
yeah.
Everybody have a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We'll see you guys before the new year.
Appreciate it.